Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Codion front end kit here. You know his name is Codion, like John. That's why it's Codion Motorsports. Anyway, we got my buddy Kenny is helping me because I would probably fuck this up. And he thought of a really intelligent thing here, is to use the laser to make the cuts. So he measured both sides and marked it, and over here, and we'll just shoot the laser and try to cut as straight as possible, and flip it over and then do this side, and then we can start probably boogering those on, making worms, as you say.
Yep, worming it.
So we tacked in the front bars, and the entire time we're welding this, we're going to have to wiggle them, I assume, because it's just going to pull them around. But Kenny, you want to explain what you did with the laser here? Well, you lined up both of the top chunks.
Yep. Yes, we lined up the top where you essentially end up cutting off. So you're cutting 12 1/8 from the top notch, and then it's supposed to be, according to the directions, 4 3/4 from the bottom, but it ended up being like 4 1/8 at the bottom as well. So then we set the laser up. I set it up even with the tunnel and then measured between the frame rails, and that was, I think, 31.5 is where you end up. So it's...
Yeah, so that's how you got the center line, obviously, from the frame rails.
Right.
Is the laser mark in between the stock frame rails.
Yep. So it's basically end up 15 3/4 right down the center. So then from there, we tacked... well, you could see the beam where it ends up, on the plate that you get with the kit. So we kind of leveled up the plates with the beam on both sides, and then tacked in the center point. So that way we could, end up wiggling the bar however we need to. And then from there, we tacked the tops, kind of got them set, and then we came back and you could follow the laser all the way to the ends of the beam, and you kind of end up at the same point, so 15 3/4, which is the center point, so it matches where the tunnel is and the rest of the car.
Yeah, the other frame choked up.
Yep.
The stock frame point.
Yep. And then we wormed on the four corners. Just
starting to worm the corners, and then more worm to come.
Yep.
We got so we did the front. We explained the front tubes and the cross section. I remember that, actually.
Yeah, we should probably explain the distance here too, because we changed that.
Oh yeah, okay. Go ahead, you explain that. I can't remember already.
Yeah, so the directions explain that you have to follow essentially the frame rail, because it's not a parallel rail, so they kind of come out at a V, and you can kind of see it when you step back.
Yeah.
So we ended up measuring, like we talked about, where at the frame rail here it was 15 3/4 to center. So then we started at 15 3/4 center to center with the bars, but they actually ended up, I think it was like 20. It's like 16 3/4. So
and that was big time apparent when we went to drop the top tube in.
Yep.
And this was not flush at all. It was like out here.
Yep.
So I mean that's exaggerated, but now you understand. We had to pull it all back to fit. So
right. Yeah. So when you angle it out, essentially for the X pattern, you get like 43.5 from corner to tip of the inside bar, and same on the other side. Now, everything is pretty squared up, and then when you measure from the end of the pipe to like where the start of the other tube to go up, this is 4 inches from the tip of the pipe.
Yes, yep.
On either side, and that kind of helps.
378,
We started at 3/7, but
now
it's
they're
actually 4. Yeah. So that's where it squares up nice to the top edges, and then squares up nice to the tube.
It's looking nice. It's looking like kind of a car again.
Yeah.
Since the really tires were the farthest point out in the car for a while.
Certainly kudos to the dude who makes the kit.
Yeah.
Because
it's a beautiful kit. Well, that's what my friend had installed it. He said he bought this one, and it's a small business. And I was like, well, I'm going after that guy right away.
Yeah.
And he said it was a nice kit. Andrew knows what he's doing, too. So he's like, it's nice. It's very nice. Yeah, so, oh, there goes the heater. See you later. Bye. So, here we are. We got most of the stuff tacked in, and Kenny had to run, so I will probably, it's already pretty late, I'm going to burn all this in tomorrow or next time I have a bunch of free time to concentrate, and just fry all this stuff in. And then this is the adjustable piece for the headlight bucket, so that's the rad support technically, and then there's an upper rad support if you want to call it that. So everything is tacked, and it'll take a little bit of brushing and burning and remeasuring as I go. But already it looks, you know, fantastic. It looks like I'm a professional here because of Codion Motorsports and Kenny making me look good. So yeah, I knew I couldn't tackle all this precise measurement on my own. So super thanks to them and the Hobart 190 MiG making worms.